Hello there. I'm going to show you how to create a simple form using Google Forms. So from your drive, you simply click the Create button and you look for Form. So we'll scroll right down here to Form. And up will pop up the place for you to title your form. So we'll call this Form Demo. And then you can select from among these themes. And I'm just going to go ahead and select this theme for us for now. And now what it's given me is a place to start typing up the questions to my form. So they give me one default question, it's untitled, and it's a multiple choice question. I can change the type of question very easily by clicking on that little drop down menu, and you can see that I can select from any of these types of questions. So let's just make this first question a text question, because so often when we start our forms we're asking for a name. So I'll do last name. That's a text question, and here I can decide whether or not I want it to be required. And then we can go ahead and add an item. Since the next question I'm going to ask is for first name, I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate this question by using this item, this little icon right here for duplicate. So now they've duplicated my question of last name, and you can see that the question that I'm in and about to edit is kind of highlighted if you look around the edges, whereas my old question up here that was last name is no longer, I can't really type in that unless I click this pencil to edit it. But this is the one I want to change anyway, and I want to change this from last to first. And it's still a required question, so that's good, so I could decide that I'm done for right now. We're going to come back to adding items in just a second. But before we do that, I want to point out one additional thing here. When you're using and creating a form inside of a Google Apps for Education account, you have these additional settings you can use. This box will always be checked, which would require people in your system to sign in just to even see the form, to fill it out. Typically that's a barrier, because if you want anybody to fill out your form that doesn't have a Google account, they won't be able to without an account, and only people within your system could fill out your form. Unless there's a good reason to have folks sign in first, I nearly always uncheck this box. And then you'll get this, are you sure? So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, yep, they don't need to sign in. And then the other thing I'm going to point out, though, is here's where you might want to select this box. If you select this box and this box, they go together. Actually, you can only select this. If you select automatically collect, then this one will by default be selected. And so obviously, if you wanted to collect folks' usernames, which is their email address, they'd have to sign in order to get that. So if for some reason you absolutely had to have everybody's email address and you didn't want them to have to type it in, then go ahead and click this box, but it will require them to sign in, and only people in your system can fill out your form. So let's add another item while we're at it. This time let's make a multiple choice question, and you type that in. What is your favorite color? We could add help text here if we wanted to, giving people a little tip about how we wanted them to answer the question, and this is where we can put in our options. I'm just tabbing through these. I could also copy and paste a list at this point of if I had some colors handy. I could do that. Okay, so I'm going to give them these three choices, but notice I could also click to add other so that they could fill in their answer. If I wanted to get rid of one of these, I could just simply click the X and get rid of blue, so now blue isn't an option, and instead maybe I'll add orange. And there you have it. So we've created our form, and we can just select Done. Here is where we can view the live form. Let's take a quick look at that. And that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out so that we can get some data in our form. And in the next video, I will show you how you access your responses and what to do with the other side of the form, which is the spreadsheet side of the form.